Micah Parsons here on the right side of the screen against Arnaud Wright. One guy on him. One guy kind of breezes through. And just that effort.
Just keeps grinding. You see right there the hands and everything working, getting them turned, get those hips turned right.
Get him away from this turn. There it is. Tight. Slaps the hand of the center and
one-on-one, and that's what Dan Campbell told us. He said it publicly. Hey, when we create one-on-one opportunities with our guys, they got to win. We've seen that.
Karlaftis off the edge is going to end up with a powerful sack. It's going to be set up by the blitz from Bolton.
And it was fun talking to Devin White. Asked him, you know, everybody in the NFL knows who Max Crosby is. Have you been surprised?
Against the Kansas City Chiefs is they know they're going to attack them on first down.
Like Parsons, yes, but defensive line by committee. Look at the effort by Parsons, forcing Williams to step up.
Spoon is in your face right away. Kind of caught between a rock and a hard place right there.
On every offensive lineman, and the threat of blitz is coming from everywhere. It is one-on-one, and nobody...
Talk about and why? Because Boye Mafe is free to the quarterback.
Going to run the circuit all the way around the back and force Mahomes up into an awkward throw, but he's sort of the king of awkward. Those 3rd and 8 kind of situations, and he can jump off the ball like this and not take the double team. You can see that.
71, who's in for Guyton. Watch his head turn inside. He almost looked confused and surprised with the pressure to the outside. It's 3rd down and 10. I'm not sure why he's looking inside and hesitant to get out to Muhammad, but he was.
Him. Yeah, 2 hands, 4 hands on him, 2 different guys. Incredible effort.
Going up against Penei Sewell. This is a one-on-one matchup. Who's going to win this battle? Good job using the hands, and it's just the quickness. He gave him a little shake there with a head fake and got around, got the leverage.
Needed. Well, this is the difference when you're not threatened by Lamar Jackson's legs. You can go right down that line.
And again, we think of these guys, these young guys, as a great pass rusher, but he works inside of Taylor Decker, and then the quickness and athletic.
Pocket, never a good idea, especially when you're running that end tackle game. And there
was nowhere for Herbert to go with the football, so as he's realizing that, he's thinking, okay, I'm gonna get some yardage and get what I can out of this. But
well, last week he's going to go right down the line because you have pressure outside. Great timely safety blitz.
Aren't doing anything with it. Well, Cam Jurgens, he's not able to make the block here on Tier Tart. As you mentioned, Tart doesn't make the play, but the play's essentially over at this point, and Barkley's just trying to make something happen. Now, the first down.
Yeah, you can see him right here, kind of hanging around there. He comes free. Right to the quarterback, almost. You can see him.
You see as Hurts, he tries to bail out of the pocket, and it's hard to do when you've got pass rushers like they have.
And this drives me crazy. Here he is right here. Watch him reach out and grab the tackle so he can free up his teammate. Right here, grab him. Uh-oh, get him back, and then get off there. And oh my goodness, right here, you can see with the red. Watch him. Center, you got no chance when he's shaded trying to block him one-on-one. Oh, and I don't know if
can believe what C.J. Stroud just did to him. He had him, and somehow they convert that. Oh, the Bear escapes inside here, and Stroud gets away. If Chris Jones gets this sack, they're going to be out of field goal range.
Gets a sack, a loss of 7. Well, the receivers to the left side, they collide, and they go to the ground. He did have McConkey on the boundary if he'd been working.
Not nearly like they used to. They've gotten it out of several, George Karlaftis, for example, but it's been those other defensive linemen.
And once again, the rookie, Omarion Hampton, is the one who's being asked to block him. It's just Hurts gets hit I thought it was going to affect the throw. Owe comes up the field, and Hurts just gets it out before he gets
home game, a bye, and 3 home games, and a good start on the road as they're doing a good job early, going this time away from Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
Well, they're trying to run some crossing routes on the back end and free up some receivers. Just wasn't a whole lot.
Kenny Clark, which is what he's known for, ability to be able to get off. Now use his hands, bouncing off, almost gets to 3rd down.
Right. You heard Sean Hockley say number 0 was in the area, that being Jahmyr Gibbs.
And O'Diggy.
Right, you're just opening up, now getting out there, get your head around. You got to get your
for an incompletion.
Now, Frankie Louva was a heck of a football player. He's an inside linebacker, but a lot of times you'll see him on the edge in their pressure packages.
To him, and you watch, man, everybody is sliding out here, got eyes on 95. We're going to get out there, double team him as often as possible.
His hand up just inside right here. And that's what they're going to do, and that's what
you get him to show Drake Thomas 42, but that means you got to turn DeMarcus Lawrence free.
Time for his receivers to get downfield. There's a play action. Really good zone defense, covered everything up, and then Parsons trying to come from behind, and Bullard coming out. And this pursuit, even though they've been on the field, man, these guys are playing their butts off here late in the game.
But watch number 99, Zach Allen. Watch the effort. As he comes through the middle, misses him there, stays with it, and affects the pass.
Yeah, he stunts, as you're going to see. Jordan Davis, the offensive line, they're trying to reach him. Bradley Bozeman, the center, and then he stunts.
About as fast as you could possibly get. Just when he's coming off of that fake, and Robinson coming around the edge. And again, it's, you know, experience in the National Football League.
Kobe Dean is one of the best blitzing linebackers that I've seen. He runs right through running backs, and even in talking with Greg Roman, he knew that. And that's a matchup that Greg Roman did not want to see.
Caliendo right here is going to end up one-on-one because they've got to help out here with Kelsey, and that's the problem. Kelsey's not going to get out in the route, so that quick answer is not going to be there. And it was Caliendo getting beat.
You're going to see him up here at the top of your screen, and as soon as that ball snapped, he beats Forsythe out of his.
So quickly, just trying to run a little end-around pitch. And Brooks sees DJ Moore, almost does knock it off him, just surprises him so quickly. Trying to get a little misdirection, but that timing was a little bit off.
And I think, Andrew, to your point, when you called this, and all the receivers went deep, they dialed up a Hail Mary. Last time he played coverage, this time he came with the pressure, and Geno had time. Genty picks up Macmillan.
What's that great term? Plastering.
Plaster.
Right? Plaster themselves to a receiver.
Working against Walker, and look at just, he gets the chip, and then just kind of relentless toward the ball.
Of this season.
And it's a good job by the big guys up front. Everybody working. You're seeing Max Crosby coming off the edge.
Cincinnati can save their final timeout.
Osai got there, Slayton was there, and then Geno Stone out of the secondary, and there is Cincinnati's last time.
Second down. Let's see if the knee was up. Oh, it was barely up, maybe. You'd have to freeze frame it to see. It is out of his hand when the knee
in the game.
Yeah, coming off the edge right here and just sliding down. I love how he keeps his shoulders parallel.
Hamilton is a guy who just does the dirty work and then gets to make some splash plays of his own as well. He's going to get into the backfield here. But talking to Anthony Campanelli.
Great combination here today. You get a game on this side, and then Chubb is coming here, and you can't execute this any better. You get the inside push. Cook can't step up in the pocket.
Yeah, he is their pressure player right here. You're going to see him hit the A gap. And it's really one of the things about the double.
Under center, Josh Allen's just trying to fake like a little swing pass. He's going to try to look. He looks out to the front. Nope. Pulls it down and just has no.
Really, for him to throw the football down the field. It's just a standard four-man rush. He tries to step up. Nobody immediately open.
You see Benford, watch all the safeties. Everybody rotates away from the pressure.
It's a 30-second timeout.
Lando Brown, the left tackle, he just doesn't see it.
Wilkinson on that one. On that last play, that's Nick Emanwari. And gosh, man, what a tough guy that is, you know, to have to block.
It's that all today because they've been able to get home just rushing four. Shuck had nowhere to step up in the pocket.
That he does, you can see him right here in the red sleeves. Watch him just go mess up the puller, the tight end, everybody.
Yeah, you knew they were going to tune up the pass rush on this third line. They tried to give some help on the edges. On an outcut here to the left. But he feels Sanders still squat on that route.
You're not kidding. We're going to drop out on the right side. So we blitz, Eccles out the side, we drop. But there's no spy. Do you notice there's no spy back there? That goes 2 big plays.
And that's not easy to do. Actually up that one more on that level, but it was a really nice job because
Vita Vea right here, he's going to come up the field, he gets double teamed, but he doesn't give up on the play. He just keeps going, and Shuck's got to get double team and get to the backfield. Here he is right in the middle. Now watch as the ball's snapped, he's going to get double teamed, but he keeps going, and he's able to split and get the back in the backfield.
They've got to take George Pickens away. He's going to have a double move, little stutter and go, but with the safety over top, Dak Prescott has to come off of it. How many times Detroit will intentionally try to run play side, press it, and then just try to bring it to the backside. This time, you could see the penetration that time.
Done a lot of good stuff.
Little underneath throw, and Simmons just standing on the line of scrimmage.
Going to reset the pocket, move people over here. You get out there. You see Hayward was just all over it. Still so disruptive. But you see the discipline of this Pittsburgh team? Not just randomly keeping their leverage. TJ. Oh, you see Hayward right here. He was about the only one I saw inside who didn't get displaced consistent. He's got a double team and he just splits it and basically disrupts and ends where there's no hole there.
Is going to just fly downhill here and create a mashup for Jonathan Taylor to run into, and he has to cut it back into Jacksonville defenders. I personally am not a fan on when it's only 1 yard to gain, getting in the shotgun and snapping the ball 4 or 5 yards.
You'll go right back to this as Roger tries to tip it back to himself. Should have let that one go. Oh! And with a broken wrist, still tries to, oh, he might be down.
Yeah, Buchanan was the one he was battling with, who they say was the one in the end who caught the football.
Yeah, but if Rodgers is down right there, if he still has possession, his knee's on the ground,
he is on the ground.
Out. But this won't be challengeable. This will, with the turnover, it'll just go right to New York and the referees. Let's see. Does he have that ball? He might have that ball before they rip it out. I think he might have done it.
It is kind of Josh Allen run territory, low red zone, short yardage, just a little token fake, and then Ty Johnson's he's gonna kind of be the fullback, the lead blocker, but early penetration there up the middle. Osai
and again, they've had trouble getting after the quarterback these last few weeks. They bring Campbell, who does a really good job. They bring 6. You bring 6, you get some one-on-one matchups, and Javonte Williams, who is outstanding as a blitz pickup running back, but give Jack Campbell a lot of credit. He went right by him, brought one more than they could handle, and Campbell's ends up finishing it with a big sack. Good to see if you're a Lions fan.